The market pushes up before trading basically flat. Can earnings break us out of the range? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about some big picture stuff, and today we're going to zoom out a little further and talk a little bit more about that, as I know some of you have been requesting that, as well as the market didn't do a whole lot to change anything yesterday, as it did move up towards 4,200, rejected it, and traded mostly flat throughout the day. The big question will be, can the earnings catalyst break us out of our current range? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so many of you have asked for big picture updates, so I'm going to do one today since the market didn't do a whole lot. So let's jump into that chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 4-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And so a couple of you have wondered where we're at in the count overall and how I came up with the 4,300 target. So the biggest thing to understand about Elliott Wave is the overall waves, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, and the ABCs. As we come down off of the high, we would expect an ABC, as we are in a larger degree, wave 4, as it stands right now. So off of that high, you get an A wave down, a B wave up, and then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a ending diagonal C wave, okay, which gave us our low target for the move down. So this 3,500 area, okay, was our target, and if you use your fib retracement tool to find out the retracement levels for that move down, the most common level hit by B waves is the 618 retracement. That 618 retracement comes in at 4310, and that's how we come up with our 4,300 number. So right here in the middle, you can see 4310, and that's what our target became once we knew that this was going to be the low area for the move down. So when we saw this, we assumed we'd get a B wave, and B waves occur in an ABC format most often. So we were looking for an A, B, C up toward that 4,300 area, and so far that's exactly what we're seeing. We talked about this last October 12th in my big pick update video, and we weren't even at this low when I said that we should hit this low and come back up here, and that's how powerful Elliott Wave is. Most people told me I was an idiot for saying 4,300, and we're at 4,210, or we got to 4,210, and we're climbing up now and should get to that 4,300 level, but if we come up a little short, that's still a typical B wave area, and that's what we would look for. So the B wave can hit the 50% retrace, which is the 4155 area, and we've already hit that. It can also hit the 764, which is the 4502 area. It is possible they could go hit that, but I don't think that's going to be likely at this time. So we would look for this 4310 area for wave B right here, okay? So off of this low, once we get our B wave in place, if they come up and hit that 4310 area, we put our fib retracement tool here, okay? So we draw from the top of the move to the bottom of the move to the B wave high, which is right here, okay? And typically what you see is you see the C wave equal the length of the A wave, so the 1.0 extension, which comes in at 30,000 right here. Now, I say 2,900 because on these kind of moves, you can get an overshoot to the downside. So I say 2,900, but 3,000 is technically the 1.0 and should be a pretty significant psychological number. If they break through that, we can come all the way down to the 1,382, which is 2,507. So I've been saying 2,500 to 2,900, and this is why. The targets here are actually 3,000 to 2,500 overall, but this C wave has been on my chart since last October, and this B wave has been on my chart since last October, and so far we're on our way to the B wave. And then assuming we can break support, this blue box right here that you can see, assuming we can break this lower support area, we would be on our way down in this C wave. So that's how we come up with those targets, and that's why I have the big picture ideas that I do. It's not because I make them up or I'm coming up with some shock value or anything like that. It's because there are real numbers that follow Elliott Wave Theory, and the market follows Elliott Wave Theory. And the thing about that is, if you take my training course, I go through why Elliott Wave Theory works because of support and resistance and how the technical analysis plays out as Elliott Wave plays out. You see a lot of different head and shoulders and bull flag patterns and bear flag patterns that play out naturally occurring in Elliott Wave. And it's really an incredible tool to understand how to break down the market. So that's our big picture view on the S&P 500 And a quick micro update, they still have to break this high at 42.10. If they do, they're on their way to 42.28 to 63, or they need to break the 41.11 or 41.11 SPX or 4100 futures level to get themselves down to start moving to the downside. As long as we're over 40.84 on the futures chart, the market is still bullish. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, on the NASDAQ, it's the same type of thing. We've got our ABC down here to complete our A wave. And then if you draw your fib retracement tool, the 618 comes in at the 14.350 level, which we are just under right now. So we could easily push right up to that to complete this move up in that B wave that we talked about last October. So the 14,300 level would be the ideal target, but this 13,610 area is the 50% retrace and is a common retracement area. So we have been talking about a lot deeper of a decline in the NASDAQ, and the reason is if they don't hit the 618 level, which looks like they might come up short and hit the 13.6 area, if they hit that area, it actually points us down pretty low on an A equals C format. So if you come down to A and draw your line up to B, your 1.0 points us down to the 7,600 or 7,100 level on the NASDAQ, all the way down to the potentially the 4,700 level. I've been saying 5,000 to 7,000 or so, and 8,000 if they do push higher, but the 5,000 to 7,000 level comes from these targets right here. And so the market is following that path pretty well, assuming they can break lower support down here, which will be in about the 11,200 range. Assuming they can break that area, okay, we would look for them to move down pretty strongly in a bigger C wave down in the market. So overall in the NASDAQ, it's the same type of setup. We're looking for the 618 to 50% retrace, so 13,610 to 14,359. From there down, okay, to that 8,000 to potentially 5,000 area, just depending on how hard they push. So overall, things can look pretty bearish overall, assuming we break lower support based on our Elliott Wave targets. So that's a big picture update overall of where I think. Does that mean we can't go to new all-time highs? Absolutely not. That lower support I showed you on ES around 3,800 and the lower support here at 11,200 needs to hold. If that holds and they come back and take out whatever high they make on this push up, that is very bullish, and I would look to new all-time highs at that point. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. As I said earlier, we did start our Elliott Wave for Beginners training course, and I go over Elliott Wave and how it works and why it works, as well as all of the ways to learn Elliott Wave the way I teach it. It is included in both membership programs. Our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and answer your questions, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, overall, guys, key takeaways for it today. Once we hit our top up here around 4,300 and potentially even now 4,200 could be the top. This whole area that we're in is very precarious from a bullish standpoint. We should start to see a pretty strong sell-off down toward the 3,800 area. Assuming support breaks, we would look down toward that 3,000 to 2,500 area. However, if it does hold, we would be looking up potentially, if they take out these highs, to new all-time highs. On the NASDAQ, it's the same type of setup. We're looking for a continued move up to at least 13,600 and then a pretty strong sell-off down to the 11,200 area. If that support breaks, we would look for the 5,000 to 8,000 area. If it holds, we would look more for them to push back over the highs. If they do that, we could be on our way to new all-time highs. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.